know what it is. Rich TV Live, Ill Kid, Cloud Ninja on the beat. Don't panic, you rookies that don't manage. You looking at all the candles, it's a ride and we off the handles. It's the heat as we bringing all the kitchens out. Oven mitts for little kids, what you bitching about? Pockets when they jingling, money stay mingling. I'm just getting started, yeah, I'm trying to get the swing of things. You love the green, but you hate the red. It's like you love the sex, but you hate the head. There's no difference, I finish all of your dinners. That mean I'm taking your place, it's no mistake that you are beginners. You mince meat, rinse and repeat. It's Rich TV, you miss me, I'm the one, Jet Li. It's time that we get popping out. I ain't never stopping now. You would think I'm floating in the open way. I cop a cloud. You should even shop around. You should buy a pair of boots. Hated this my stomping ground. This is how the market goes. It's round and round we go. Where it stops, we just don't know. Don't panic, don't panic. Why you spend up all your dough?
Just sit back and watch the show.
Don't panic, don't panic. Market makers are heartbreakers and star stages. Bring the heat with Kenny just like it's Las Vegas. You hard haters are all fakers. I mob like, don't call you on another song. I don't pause, baby. I don't panic, I just mix it up like Shaka Khan. You stay chipping on the sides like a soccer mom. And when it's on, I transform like Decepticon. I can tell your whole future looking at the devil's palm. You're too weak, bro, cause you looking at a 52-week low. These are opportunities to seize, yo. No peace, though. I don't cheat. I just move when I cruise to the G code. Put the limit in. Stop it if you have to. This is mathematics for addicts to latch to. Rich TV Live, he a swell guy. He'll teach you how to buy low and to sell high. Yeah, I get money because it's all sweet. You looking at the real Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, I get money because it's all sweet. Yeah, you looking at the real Wolf of Wall Street. This is how the market goes. It's round and round we go. Where it stops, we just don't know. Don't panic, don't panic. Why you spend up all your dough? Just sit back and watch the show. Pray that you'll just strike some gold. Don't panic, don't panic.
Something has to be done about this. Mr. Attorney, this is what I pay you for. What can I do? Litigation it is. Get the wheels. Okay. Quickly. ASAP. Quick.
Yeah, it's funny. They call me Rich Tradamus, and it's because we just pick winners. And even in the middle of a crash, we pick the crash too. If you've been watching all weekend, I've been talking about all the crazy disasters that are happening. How about CODX up 87%? Are you kidding me? What is going on here with coronavirus stocks? All the money's going in gold, Bitcoin, and coronavirus stocks. Now, when you walk into this room, you got to smash the like button. You know, I'm a busy guy. You know, this is, it's very vital that we hit that like button, you know, or, you know, I might have to go and watch another YouTuber or something. Oh my goodness. So I keep telling everybody to diversify, you know, the trend is your friend. I keep saying that cannabis stocks are in a bear market. We need to diversify. I've been talking about it all weekend. I've been talking about the coronavirus and how it has swept through Wall Street in a very, very negative way. The Dow Jones down 1.57%. The S&P 500 down 1.57%. The NASDAQ down 1.89%. The global Dow down 1.66%. Oil down 2.71%. And also, yet again, I predicted that the only things that would be up would be gold and Bitcoin. And voila, gold up $10, 0.67 points at now 1,582. I predicted it would go to 1,600. The race to 1,600 for gold is on, only $18 away from 1,600, as predicted. So the markets are crashing, and it's because of the coronavirus. Obviously, people are trying to downplay this. When people are dying, and 60 million people are being quarantined. Do you honestly think that people are not going to pull money out of the markets? Like, let's be real. Let's be real. You know, this is not good for the markets. So if you're shorting, yeah, fantastic. But through this, there's opportunity. So today I brought you a drone stock. Yesterday I brought you some pharmaceutical stocks, medicinal stocks, stocks that are really, I got an article from Zach's research where he talked about AEMD and NVAX and NNVC. Is a very good article and essentially called all four of these picks. And the last one was, and I think it actually finished red, ONCY, which actually finished red and happened to be Zach's number one pick. Zach's research, Zach's.com. So those four picks were amazing today. Like freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing. We need to create a list of coronavirus stocks, health stocks, medicinal stocks, bio stocks. This is what is flying right now. And the trend is your friend, and we must follow the trend. And I believe this will continue. For example, let's take a look at AEMD. AEMD, which is now up 65%. Like that is pretty ridiculous on the day. And it's up after market a little bit too now at $3.99. So it's bounced between $3.99 and $4.06. Let's take a look at the 1 year high here. The 1 year high on AEMD is $21. It's at $4. So check out KWBT. All right, give me your picks, guys. What do you want me to look at? Let's find the winners right here, right now. Let's make some money. I don't want to waste time. Let's make money, man. These coronavirus stocks, if we call it, are just nuts. All the money's flowing in there right now. It's like everybody's pulling out everything else, and they're like, yeah, let's go on a coronavirus stock hunt. Like a treasure hunt. What a day for the coronavirus stocks. Like, it's crazy, right? Just to even say that is just weird. It's just weird. It's disturbing. It's actually disturbing in so many levels. But it's a very real thing, because if it wasn't a real thing, the stock market wouldn't be crashing right now. And I'm telling you, that's the reason why the market's crashing. All these analysts are coming out and they're trying to be like, oh, I predicted this would crash. It's overpriced, blah, blah, blah. It's not because it's overpriced, man. It's because people are dying because of a disease that could wipe out humanity. I mean, that's what it is. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Call it what it is. I see people walking around in spacesuits and shit, man. That shit's like out of a horror movie. So there's a reason why these coronavirus stocks, as they're calling them now, as crazy as it sounds, are going up. There's a reason for it. It's not just by luck. Because there's a serious need now, more than ever. Take a look at INO. INO is another one. These stocks are on fire. I'm telling you guys, man. Coronavirus stocks, man. It sounds ridiculous. Always invest in the best, but man, some of these coronavirus stocks, man. You know, AEMD, what a day for them today. INO, Inovio Pharma, coronavirus stocks, if you want to call it. On January 27, 2020, the day that coronavirus stocks became popular. It's like, we're in a crazy world, man. It's a crazy world, man. Cannabis stocks just got decimated. Cannabis stocks are the lowest they've been since 2017. And they're approaching the low that they hit on November 18th. So cannabis stocks are taking a huge hit. But what isn't taking a hit are these biopharma, medical, medicinal, antiviral remedies for bronchitis, pneumonia. Jonas asks, do you think it makes sense to invest in AEMD now? Yeah, I sure do. I sure do. Because think about it this way, guys. Nobody gave a damn about AEMD a week ago. Now all of a sudden everybody's talking about AEMD. Why? The coronavirus. Call it like it is. The money flows where the trend is. If gold is hot, money will flow into gold. If Bitcoin is hot, money will flow into Bitcoin. If tech is hot, money will flow into tech. Money will flow wherever the smart money is. That's how the game goes. And the way it works is the big money is always first money in, first money out. They make the rules because they got the money. That's the way it goes. The man with the money makes the rules. That's the way it goes. The man with the money makes the rules. Vu Dang says, thank goodness for IIPR still standing green. Companies with a tight float are going to have a better chance to hold their position, right? And right now, what it is people are scared, so they're pulling their money out. That's just what it is. People are scared. They're going to put their money out because there's a disease that's wiping people out on the other side of the world, where you have the biggest population in the world and people that were traveling over the holidays that could already be in our countries, in our neighborhoods. And you don't want to take that seriously? I think we need to take it seriously. And clearly the market's taking it seriously. The first stock market correction since October has begun, says analyst who called 2018 tech rout. Now, you're calling this a stock market correction, which it could be. I truly believe this is a result of, and it started on Friday when the markets were down, just intense focus on the coronavirus. I've been reporting on it all weekend. I think that this is a very serious issue. It's going to continue to cripple the markets. I can't see how it turns around right now. So it's like, I hope the markets turn around. I hope I'm wrong. But when I was making my predictions last month, I wasn't looking at coronavirus stocks. So now when I make my list of top 10 stocks for February 2020, it might be all coronavirus stocks because that's what's trending right now, clearly. And everything else is down except for gold, or it could be gold stocks, coronavirus stocks, Bitcoin stocks, because Bitcoin was up. But why is everything crashing? Everything is crashing because of the coronavirus. Let's not kid ourselves. No, wheat is not up. Wheat is down. But, I don't think it's time to panic yet. I don't think it's time to panic yet. But I don't know, man. It's definitely not good. The Dow, I see the Dow here was down what? $453 points. S&P 500 down 51 points. NASDAQ down 175 points. Global Dow down 53 points. It's big. It's big. It's a bad day. It's a bad day in the markets. Trump is getting impeached. All this news is coming out. All this negative news. Guys are going to call it a correction, but let's be honest. If it wasn't for the coronavirus, do you guys honestly think that the market would have went down 453 points on the Dow today? You know, there is a lot of talk. And look at this. Biotechs are soaring. Look at the articles. 3 biotech stocks, this is Barron's, 3 biotech stocks are soaring because everyone wants a coronavirus vaccine. Look at the headlines. mRNA up 7%, NVAX up 8%, INO up 25%, ABBV up slightly, SPX down, SP 500, EW.35 down 1%. Barron's talking about it. So this is what I mean. Like, this is what's going to happen now, guys. If you guys really want to understand what's happening right now, if you want to be ahead of the game instead of behind, and you don't want to get mauled because the markets will just maul you, you got to move, man. You got to move. You got to be like water. You got to flow. Because if you're just going to keep riding a dead horse, you're not going to win the race. So if you want to win the race, you got to sometimes, jump on a winning horse. And it sounds crazy, but right now the coronavirus is like the number one thing in the news every day. It's a major problem. People are dying. People are sick. People are quarantined. This is like major global news. And it's going to affect the market for an unforeseeable amount of time. So the reality is we have to be as investors, we have to be very, very careful right now because the markets are going to be very, very dangerous. Shorters are coming out because everybody that was very bullish will be turning very bearish because of this. And this could turn into something much worse. This is already 2 days in a row where the market is down very aggressively. Friday and then Monday, the 2 most important days of the week, the end of the week and then the start of the next week. So it's going to take something very, very drastic to turn this around because the sentiment is very dire right now. Because you're talking about people dying, right? We're talking about family, friends, people all over the world that are potentially dying, stuck. 60 million people stuck, quarantined. Think about it. When in history has this happened where there's 60 million people that have been quarantined? I'd like for someone to explain that to me. No, I don't believe Trump will be impeached. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of selling pressure, man. Lots and lots and lots of selling pressure. Lots and lots of selling pressure because the bulls that took this all up that are very, very wealthy are just going to say, yeah, no, let's short it now. Unless something drastic happens, like somebody finds a cure or something. Because I can't just see how this just turns around right away. Yeah, Bitcoin's on fire. And I predicted that too. I told you guys gold and Bitcoin are going to benefit from this the most. And everything else is going to fall. And companies that have vaccines and cures for this illness that is shocking the world right now in a very, 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 very big way. And clearly it's affecting everything. Clearly it's affecting everything. I think it's going to be red tomorrow. We're just working on getting the Options Academy going. So I'll let you guys know when we're ready. Bitcoin is at 8,927 US, $28 billion, dollars in volume. Wow. Up 3.97% in the last 24 hours. I've been telling you guys about Bitcoin, man. I think the markets are going to be red, man. We have an incurable disease. People are dying. This is a very sad time. So this is a very bad situation, and it's not going to be good for the markets. I was very bullish on the markets because of this coronavirus scare. I'm very bearish on the markets right now because this has changed the sentiment. And what I am bullish on is medicinal stocks. that have cures. So we need to make a list. I have a list that I've been building, and I'm welcome to share that with you guys. OVV on the Toronto Stock Exchange, it was up 363% today. CBLI on the NASDAQ, that was up today. NNVC, that one I talked to you about yesterday, they were up today. Big. CODX, been talking to you about them since last week. They were up big today. AEMD, I talked to you guys about them yesterday. They were up big today. AHPI, these are all related to medicinal cures and treatments for diseases. These are the types of stocks that I think we need to really focus on. And if you guys have anything else I should add to this list, please let me know. I've been making this list today, and I'm just trying to build towards it. I'm just adding more and more, and we should be looking at all these biopharma, medicinal stocks that have treatments. And I'll bet you some of the cannabis companies will come out with CBDs and different treatments, oils that could potentially help people in the outbreak. Because yes, this is an outbreak. This is an outbreak. Lampaco says, I think vaccine for coronavirus will include microchip. Infinite Possibilities says, just because this news is going on doesn't mean there isn't any green in the market. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we found green before it went up, and we knew it would be green. We knew it'd be green, but we also knew that everything else would be red, and that happened. Everything else is retracting. And because everything has been at all-time highs, the question now is, how low do we go? R Star says, people are feeling complacent about the market. I think people are feeling nervous. You know, there's the news of Kobe Bryant. Then there's the news of, you know, the US and Iran bombing a US embassy yesterday. And then you've got President Trump impeachment. And then you've got all kinds of problems all over the world. And there's all kinds of issues financially with people all over the world. And this is major issues. So, you know, the market, despite all of this, has been at all-time highs. So really, it's a perfect storm right now. LLIT. LLIT. It's a perfect storm for these, for the market to come down, to be honest with you. Wow, LLIT had a monster day. Good call. Holy smokes. LLIT. Thank you, Vudang. LLIT at $2.75 was up 154% during the day and is up another 20% after market, now at $3.39. Wow. 10 million shares in volume. NASDAQ stock. Interesting. The highest it's been in a year. But it was at $4.29 in 2015. And once again, it ran to $3.60 in 2018, February 23rd, 2018. LLIT, Monster Day. Thank you, Vudang. And thank you for being a member of the Rich TV Live community and family. Pete Ferraro says, you know what, Vu, I'm going to make you a moderator here, eh, bud? Are you not a moderator? I'm going to make you a moderator. Pete Ferraro says, China built 2 1,000-bed hospitals in 8 days. Is this telling you something about the numbers? Yeah, I don't even think that's going to help. I think the numbers are way bigger than that. It's really scary. Infinite Possibility says, I heard a really weird fact that Kobe was sacrificed for the Grammys. You know what? Everyone's going to come up with conspiracy theories. I honestly don't know. I'm saddened by that and the fact that 9 people lost their lives. And I really pray that it wasn't like that. So it's a very sad situation. Edgy Shinjo says, day by day, things are getting worse. More cases, more infected, more deaths. Economy could crash. So what else? Infinite Possibility says, yeah, what else is new, eh? EAPH. EAPH. What, these penny stocks, man? You guys got to get off the penny stocks, man. I want to touch these penny stocks with a 10-foot pole. Yeah, I see it's up. It's a penny stock, man. 002. Come on, man. Give me real stocks, guys. Not no penny stocks. Nothing under a penny. Nothing crazy like that. We don't waste our time on that trash no more, man. I want real stocks, man. Real companies, real businesses. We want to invest in the best here. We want to treat our money with respect. Yeah, CODX had a monster day today. Very good day for CODX. Co-diagnostics. 100% buy on bar chart is CODX, up 82%. Closed at 343 and then is up again post-market now at 348. A 100% buy on bar chart with the top 1% of short-term signal strength. Average volume of 4.1 million shares, traded 29 million shares today. Wow. Coke Diagnostics Inc. is a, let's read about it. Molecular diagnostics company. It develops, manufactures, and markets a new state-of-the-art diagnostics technology. The company's technology is utilized for tests which are designed using the detection and or analysis of nucleic acid molecules. Nucleic acid molecules. It also uses proprietary technology to design specific tests to locate genetic markers for use in industries other than infectious disease and license the use of those tests to specific customers. Co-Diagnostics Inc. is based in Utah, United States. Wow, they had a day. Yeah, well, GBTC is going to go up if Bitcoin goes up, right? So if Bitcoin goes up, GBTC goes up. That's the way it works. What's going on, Max Power? How you doing, man? VXRT. Yeah, I think I was looking at VXRT. VXRT. Yeah, VXRT is another one for sure. VXRT. So I truly believe that this is going to be very bullish for Bitcoin, gold. I think the shorts are going to be out. So right now, puts, if you guys are doing options, puts right now are very, very appealing. The markets right now are very let's just say they're overwhelmed with negatives right now. There's just too much negative stuff going on. There's just too much negative sentiment. And the market was just too hot. So it had to slow down. It's unfortunate. It's sad. I wish it didn't have to happen like this. And VXRT is up 3.91% after market. It was up 30% today. It's at 67 cents now. It was at 64 cents when the market closed. They're from Utah. VaxArt Inc. is a clinical stage company developing a range of oral recombinant vaccines based on its proprietary delivery platforms. The company's vaccines are administered using convenient room temperature, stable tablets that can be stored and shipped without refrigeration and eliminate risk of needle stick injury. Its development programs are oral tablet vaccines designed to protect against norovirus, seasonal influenza, wow, and respiratory syncytial virus. Syncytial virus, as well as a therapeutic vaccine for human papillomavirus. Never heard of that before. Sorry, I butchered that. Papillomavirus. Papillomavirus. Vaxart Inc., formerly known as Aviragen Therapeutics, is based in South San Francisco, United States. So these guys, they're still cheap, guys. VXRT, they're only at 64 cents. Yeah, I think that you're going to see some stocks are going to hold their places. Hey, Roy, thank you for your picks. Barrick Gold, Kinross Gold, Gold Mining, Yama Gold, Franco Nevada Corp, B2 Gold Corp, Fortuna Silver Mines, First Majestic Silver Mines, GBTC, Zoomaway Travel. That's a nice list. That's a nice list of miners. I would say like a tech company in Zoomaway Travel and travel and entertainment, tourism, and GBTC, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Human papilloma, HPV. Pete Ferraro says, just picked up 25,000 shares of VXRT aftermarket. CBDMD. 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 YCBD at $1.11. CXXIF. CXXIF. Yeah, C21 Investments was down today too, 7%. I think people just see the markets are going down and they're just cashing out, man. Telling you, people are scared, man. People all over the world are catching this virus and people are getting scared and they're pulling their money out. So, brutal day in the markets today, guys. We got 80 people here. We got 48 likes. We got to get that likes game up, guys. Let's get our likes game up. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the 48 likes. I appreciate you guys. For the people that did hit that like button, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. We're live. We're interactive. The market's crashed today. Trying to explain to you why I think the market's crashed today. A lot of experts are going to try to say it's a correction or it's oversold. I think it's because of the coronavirus. Straight up. I've been talking about it all weekend. I fully anticipated this would happen. I said that Bitcoin would go up, the markets would go down, and gold would go up, and everything else would go down. I said that some coronavirus stocks would go up. I read you guys an article from Zach's research with 4 picks. 3 of those 4 picks exploded today. Yeah, MetaPharm Labs took it on the chin today. Well, that's what happens when you get in lawsuits, right? That's what happens. Lawsuits are not good for anybody. So it's a tough situation. And that's what's happening in the cannabis sector. There's a lot of these tough situations. And, I've been thinking a lot about what Jim Cramer said about the cannabis sector not being what he thought it was. I think it will be what we all think it is and what it will become. But right now, it's definitely not where you make your money. It should not be where you're making your money because it's a very difficult place to make money. There are much easier places to make money than the cannabis sector right now. If you want to dabble in cannabis sector, hey, go right ahead. I'm a cannabis enthusiast too, but I'm telling you right now, it's a dangerous place to play right now because it's just riddled with lawsuits, scandal, just a lot of bad stuff, and it's just riddled with it. So it's, it's a difficult situation. It's a very difficult situation. And I don't know how low anything can go right now. I think these markets are crazy and there's really no understanding of what anything is going to go. It's very difficult to tell where anything's going to go. I know Metaform Labs has a lot of shorts. So they're just starving to take this stock down. So let them take it down. It's going to create a buying opportunity for others, but it's never good because you just never know how low they're going to take it. You just don't. The coronavirus is going to last as long as they can contain it. And they've already shut down schools until February 17th. So I expect the next 2 weeks could be a bloodbath in the markets. So if we want to make our money, we kind of got to make it shorting, buying puts. Because, man, we've been climbing up for a long time. Now, all of a sudden, we got a deadly outbreak. Like, think about that, And I think a lot of people yesterday, they saw what happened to Kobe Bryant and how, life can just be taken away from you so quickly, regardless of how powerful and successful you are. Your life could just be taken from you. So, or how young you are or how innocent you are, your life could just be taken from you at any point in time. Life is so precious. So I think a lot of people saw that and probably decided today to pull their money out. I'm going to pull my money out and enjoy my life. Tomorrow's not guaranteed to me. And that affects the markets. And then there's sentiment, and then there's momentum, and then there's bots, and then there's trading algorithms, and there's trading bots, and there's all these programs. And then what happens is they start triggering sells. So everybody starts moving towards the sell. That's how it works. And right now it's a sell. Everything's a sell. And the coronavirus, as long as it is in the news and people are dying every day and that number and that death toll keeps growing, it's going to be a major problem for the markets. Because there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. That's the part that makes it so scary. Canadian Crypto says cannabis stocks are on sale, but it may be a clearance sale, so buyer beware. Yeah, I would just be careful. Poncho says, hey, Rich, do you think the virus is done on purpose by the Bilderberg Group to control population growth? Crazy how it happened in the most populated country in the world. I don't know, right? I can't guarantee or predict that for you guys, but I can tell you that anything is possible in this world because we live in a very crazy world. But I don't have all the answers. I'm not at that level in my relationships with the people that make the big decisions. I'm just a normal guy like everybody else. I'm not at that level in this lifetime. So not yet anyways, where I'm sitting at those tables privy to those conversations. So I have my own assumptions. This is not the type of forum where I would make those assumptions or make those comments. You guys are welcome to make yours and I can read them because you're welcome to have an opinion and a voice here. But I'm not going to make any comments on that really too much. But if you guys have some pics you want me to look at, let me know. So Vax Art Inc. Let's take a look at their security details. Wow. 47 million shares issued outstanding is what I see here. 6,000 shareholders of record. Raid says, day traders screwed up the market. If you're a long-time investor, you are good. Just buy and hold. Frank says, Australia went on a 30-plus year bull market, so who knows when a crash and recession could happen or not. Onion Ring says you should be buying P100 masks, not N95s. Price has tripled. Price has about tripled on the N95. What, those are masks? Thank you guys for the 58 likes. I appreciate you guys, man. 87 people here, 58 likes. I'm humbled. Thank you. It's been a crazy couple days. There's been, news of Trump impeachment. There's news of missile strikes between Iran and Iraq with U.S. involvement, and Kobe Bryant and his daughter and 7 other passengers and teammates and family members that were involved in a tragic helicopter accident yesterday, which everyone is just talking about and digesting now all over the world. And then there's this deadly outbreak that's happening in China right now, where 60 million people are in lockdown. They're not allowed to travel, and there's going to be fear of food shortages, starvation, and I mean, just potentially martial law. So who knows what could happen? And we're going to continue to report on it. It's a very scary time. I think because of that, people are going to pull money out of the markets. You're going to see the markets are going to come down, and you're going to see that gold will go up and Bitcoin will go up, and virus stocks, until this outbreak is contained or is cured. I think that this is going to become like the hottest sector right now. Now, cannabis, it could be a cure. Nobody knows if it is or it isn't. So CBDs, cannabis, somehow related to a cure, could also potentially help in a situation like this. So we need to watch the entire markets and go where the money goes. We can't just put our money in one area and park it there and hope that one day it's going to explode. You can do it if you want to, but I think that if you want to make money like today, or tomorrow, then we have to ride momentum, because there is momentum everywhere. And if we ride momentum correctly at the right time, we can make a fortune. At the same time, when you ride momentum, sometimes momentum can change. So it's risky. But the thing is, this coronavirus is still really new when it comes to like how it's affected the market. Realistically, it's only started to affect the market the last few trading days. Because of that, I think that there could be like an extended, at least a few weeks, where this could really bring the market back down. And because the market was at all-time highs, I think it's like the perfect storm that's been built here, where everything was all-time highs, market was melting up, nothing could stop it. It didn't matter. Nothing could stop it. And then all of a sudden, there's an airborne, disease that has been transmitted between humans and animals, and now it's human to human, and it's spreading. And we're just finding out about it now, and people are starting to get it all over the world, and they're reporting that there's people in Canada, the United States, Australia, France, all over the world that have this. So clearly it's a problem that everybody is thinking about, whether it's in the front of your mind or the back of your mind. I think we need to, as a community, be honest about what's happening. We shouldn't be lying about this to ourselves. We shouldn't live in a bubble. We shouldn't be like, oh, this doesn't matter. I think it does matter. This is different, right? Now, whether it was man-made, whether it was chemical warfare, whether it's just, something that came from animals, I don't know, but we can definitely talk about it. Lampaco says the coronavirus won't last long. It's made in China. Those are, I hope you're right, man. I hope it doesn't last long. Onion Ring says Home Depot is selling full body paint suits you can get also. Hey, man, I'll get whatever I got to get to protect myself and my friends and my family. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's a very scary time. Pete Ferraro says, buy NNVC SXTC. SXTC. Yeah, give me your picks. SXTC. Do I have that one? No, I don't have that one. China. Oh, SXTC. Good pick. $1.11, up 24%, up 7% after hours at $1.19. SXTC on the NASDAQ. China SXT Pharmaceuticals. So Chinese pharmaceutical companies looking for a cure could also be in play here. Big time. Good picks. Good picks, bro. Good picks. And VXRT, yes, we've been talking about that one as well. Good picks there. MGEN. MGEN. Merigen Therapeutics. $1.46 up 50% on the day. Wow. These stocks flying, guys. They're just flying. MGEN, eh? Let's see how many shares they have. MGEN has this is the biggest crash in the market since October. We're in January. So yeah, I would call it a crash. It's the worst day we've had in the markets since October. What would you call that? What would you call that? You don't call that a crash? It's January. October, November, December, January. Worst trading day in 4 months. That's not a crash? There's only 12 months in a year. It's the worst trading day in 4 months. I call that a crash. What would you call that? A little pullback. I call it a little pullback. It's called a crash because it was down on Friday and it was down the worst day in 4 months. So over the last year, I'd call it a crash. Exactly. It's not the first day of the crash because it actually crashed on Friday too. It crashed on Friday too. Vape King says, I'm buying more once it's low, holding for now. Buying more what? Buying more what? Onion Ring says, as the virus hits the US and spreads, the bottom will fall out of everything. Yeah, it's pretty scary. Mike Lee says, SARS took the market down 20%. Be patient. I agree with you. I think that this is a very serious issue and it's going to affect the market. I didn't anticipate this. I didn't see this coming. I didn't catch the coronavirus soon enough. But it's here and it's very deadly and it's very scary. For some reason, I don't see their share structure. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you guys. And thank you guys for the 65 likes. I really appreciate you guys. So this was the worst market. You want to call it a correction? I call it a crash since October. And I also predicted it would be red, and it was. I also predicted that gold would go up, and it did. I also predicted that Bitcoin would go up, and it did. I predicted that NNVC, AEMD, ONCY, and NVAX would all be great plays because they're in the coronavirus type discussion. And 3 of the 4 were green today. 2 of them exploded. NVAX and AEMD both had monster days. Now, NVAX had a nice day, but AEMD is still priced quite low. So I think AEMD could go much higher. And Baby was up today too. So it's nice to see that Baby had a nice day today. Yeah, I think companies that are selling masks are going to do very, very well. Thank you guys for the 72 likes. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, guys, please subscribe. We'll go live. We'll talk about pretty much anything 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Whatever is the biggest trending news of the day, the biggest topics. We like to talk about stocks and different ways to make money. We are entrepreneurs. I'm a freedom fighter. I love freedom more than anything else. I want my freedom. I'll do anything for my freedom, to be my own boss, to make my own rules. That's more important to me than anything. To live my life the way I want to, that is extremely important to me. And all I want and my only goal here at Rich TV Live is to work with you guys and build a community of intelligent people that can share different ways that we can help each other make money. That's it. And share news and opinions on trending topics and give you a forum to have a voice. Because I don't care if you are rich or poor, if you're fat or skinny, tall or short, if you are happy or sad, you can have a place here at Rich TV Live and you can be a part of this community as long as you are respectful to your community members. I think that that's very realistic. And I'm part of that membership. If you're respectful to me, I'm always respectful to you. If you disrespect me, I'm probably going to disrespect you. And that's just the way I am. And that's because I'm hot-blooded. Maybe that's not the way to handle things. But, that's the way I handle my trolls. A lot of people say, Rich, you shouldn't do that. It causes a lot of problems for you, blah, 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 blah. I just feel like, people always want to give it, and give it and give it and give it. I'm learning as I mature and get older that sometimes you just have to let it go. When I was younger, I'd never let it go. And that got me in a lot of trouble. As I get older, you try to learn from these things, and then you see what happens, with people like Kobe Bryant that had everything in his life. And now he's gone. And it's like Kobe Bryant passed away at 41. I'm 42 and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, somehow I outlived Kobe Bryant. Like, how? Like you would think Kobe would have lived to at least 100 the way he lived his life. Like life isn't fair. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, tomorrow is not guaranteed to any of us, and then his beautiful daughter, 13 years old, like nobody deserves that fate. So I think when something like this happens, it shocks everybody. And it's so devastating and so like horrific that you can't even understand how you could even move on, after something like that. So, you realize, you got to live every moment like it's your last and make the most of every move. And I think that the stock market's kind of like that. Like what was hot yesterday may not be hot today. And what's hot today may not be hot tomorrow. So we have to be able to move and really cash is king and be in a cash position and try to go in and out at times because, if you hold stocks, and there's nothing wrong with holding stocks if you want to, make sure you're going to hold the best stocks, because if you're not holding the best, you're giving yourself a chance to lose and get hurt. Right. And the markets are hard. They're not easy. One day they're hot. The next day they're not. The next day they're hot again. And the next day they're not. And then they're not again. And then they're not again. Then they're hot again for like a week. So they will humble you and take you to your knees, but they can also bring you riches that you could never even have imagined if you can learn how to be consistent, follow a system, follow a plan, and be very, very disciplined. And I'll be honest with you, as a trader, I'm constantly developing my craft every day, trying to get better. And I feel like I'm improving every day, but I'm nowhere close to where I want to be. But I feel like the only way to really win in the markets is to have a real plan. Either buy dividend stocks or be very diversified or buy indexes or, buy gold and metal or buy all of them and diversify so that if one industry is cold, you've got something else. You've got to have a plan, right? People don't plan to fail. They fail to plan. So you have to have a plan when you trade. And if you have a plan and you follow that plan, you have a chance to win. If you don't have a plan, you could be lucky and win, but eventually you will lose. Now, in a bull market, you might still win. But eventually, if you trade long enough, eventually you will probably lose because the markets are hard. Now, we've been in an epic bull market. So if you're investing in the best companies in hot sectors, you could be doing extremely well. And I hope you are. And I hope you continue to. But with what we're having right now, which is a real epidemic, which is what we're calling an outbreak, which I believe is going to only get worse over the next few weeks as far as what the numbers are looking like, which is going to be very tragic and horrific. I can't imagine how the market goes up through that. So this is something I'm concerned about. Yeah, my Forex trading is going great. Right now, I'm actually focused on trading, instead of Forex, I'm trading a lot of gold and I'm trading a lot of Bitcoin, and it's going extremely well. I am trading Forex as well too. And if you'd like to join the academy, I'd love to have you guys trade with us. And we have a whole team, thousands of members all over the world that are part of the trading academy. We're trading Forex, and we're going to be launching an options trading academy very, very soon. So I think if you want to win in the market, you need to diversify and you need to follow trends. Right now, the trend, in my opinion, are coronavirus stocks. We need to really focus on identifying them. I think that cannabis stocks will turn around here soon because we are definitely near the bottom, the lowest we have been since 2017. So at some point, it will turn around. When, I'm not 100% sure, because I already thought by now it would have already happened. Unfortunately, it has not happened. Meanwhile, the rest of the overall markets have been at all-time highs until recently, where the death toll for the coronavirus has grown. Okay, I got to go, guys. This is Rich from Rich TV Live. Thank you for being here. I'm out. Peace. Get your coronavirus stocks, guys. Stay tuned. I'll be back.